Right now, though, it's not going to be fun to be outside for some folks. Now, there's two areas in the area that we're seeing some thunderstorms and even some showers in some spots, but that's just limited to the Kitsap Peninsula and pretty much the mountainous communities here in the western Washington area where we are seeing those lightning strikes. Let's take a look outside right now at our waterfront with the Great Wheel in the background there. And let's move on to now the Queen Anne camera, which is taking a look at the Space Needle, and you can see the city back there. What's our temperature right now? Well, 64 degrees is where we are, and we take a look at the forecast today, and it's going to be partly to mostly sunny, possible early showers and thunderstorms, as we mentioned. Sunrise is coming in about 25 minutes, but temperature is going to range in the Puget Sound region from about 76 to 84 degrees. Currently, we are seeing temperatures in the upper 50s to mid 60s throughout the area, so just be aware as you're heading out. It is a little bit warmer than it was yesterday at this time, but it's not going to be as warm as the day progresses along. Now, our almanac for today, yesterday's high was 90 degrees. Of course, the record was 96 back in 2015. And the average is 77 degrees. We put this on our calendar of July of 2020. That gives us 13 days above normal, 15 days below normal. But today's going to be above normal as well, so we're going to be about even for the month of July. And as Jake mentioned earlier, first part of the month wasn't that great. Last half has been awesome weather-wise. We'll take a look at the radar and show you where those thunderstorms have been over the last couple of hours, and you can see they're dissipating as they move further north. Some of them were over the pass in the mountainous areas near Snoqualmie Pass. The city of Snoqualmie and North Bend saw a few, and over in the Kitsap Peninsula up through Bremerton, you can see there was some heavy weather there as well. There is a heat advisory continuing in the area that's shaded there, and we have an excessive heat warning in the area shaded purple. So just be careful if you are headed over to eastern Washington or central Washington. Going to be hot today, but that heat advisory does end today. Your 7-day forecast, mostly sunny and a high of 82 today. A little cooler tomorrow and over the weekend with temperatures just in the upper 70s to right around 80. A few showers Monday morning and a high of 74. And then things warm back up and get sunny again by the middle of next week. On this last day of July, though, it's going to be pretty nice and a high of 82. Kelly, let's take a look at the traffic.